Hello, my name is GameSoup, and we're playing Valheim.
And so 5 million other people. So
Yeah.
we're a little late to the party, but it's cool.
But we have good reason. Please view our recent video on the channel.
Please view
It's
it.
called something like Update on the Channel, Where Have We Been, GameSoup, Future of the Channel, something like that.
Spoilers, the future of the channel is the same as it was before, really.
Yeah, it's going to be roughly the same, yeah.
You didn't miss much. Oh my god, look at this camera. So this is Valheim. Have you ever heard of this game, Joe? I'm sure you heard of it.
I have.
'Cause
I've seen it briefly, but I really don't know very much about it.
It's incredibly popular. It had like the most runaway success. A lot of games had this runaway success. This game has had the most runaway, like mimetic success I've ever seen for an indie game. You know, I don't know what it was, whether it was like the timing, but yeah, 5 million people I guess own it now, and it's a survival
Wow.
game. It's
No,
like
I didn't know it sold that many.
yeah, it's insane.
I thought it was over 1 million, but yeah, 5 million. Wow.
Oh yeah, they hit 1 million within like the first week or something.
Yeah, I think this is the last time I heard anything about it.
Actually, don't know how to do this. I just unlocked the smelter earlier. I was playing, so well, we'll see. We'll come back to this. You probably just have to use the crafting bench, which is a staple. We have all these options. It's really cool though. It's based in like Viking-ish, like Norse mythology a little bit. So it uses a lot of the the characters and I think even some of the language, but standard crafting stuff. You got your beehive.
It's been a Nordic winter.
Has it?
Yeah. There's been a lot of Viking stuff. The newest Magic the Gathering expansion is Viking themed. It's the first Viking themed Magic the Gathering set.
Really?
It's called Kaldheim, which means cold home.
What does Valheim mean then?
Valhome.
Valheim indeed. Oh, I don't like these frames. Look at these frames. I wonder if the motion blur is on. Maybe that's what's happening. Is motion blur? Oh, look at these stupid options.
Wow.
Bloom, disgusting.
You definitely don't need bloom.
Chromatic aberration, no. Motion blur, disgusting.
I've never even heard of chromatic aberration.
Oh, now it looks like a PlayStation 1 game properly. Actually.
Yeah, this is one of the first games that I've seen that specifically tries to emulate the crappiness of PlayStation graphics.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
You see a lot of pixel art. You see a lot of games try to emulate the crappiness of NES and 16-bit graphics, but you don't very often see a game try to emulate the crappiness of PlayStation.
So yeah, it really leaned into the Norse stuff, which is cool. All the lore for the game. And your goal for the game, even though it's survival, is to you run around this world. And the first thing I did was I killed. Well, I spent a couple hours base building and all that stuff, and your first goal is to kill Eikthyr. Who's like this giant, what was he, giant deer, a boss. But, it's standard fare. You walk around and you, if you're like me, you punch trees. You punch trees until they fall over. It's just like Diablo. You punch monsters until they fall over. Here you're just punching trees,
Of course.
Yeah. I have not. Oh, okay.
Is that like a random mob or something?
I've never seen a troll before. And we are probably gonna die. But
Do
that's
you have
okay.
a sword? Do you have a weapon?
You have a bunch of weapons. I have this axe. He is coming right for. Oh.
He's throwing duty at you.
So what's cool is it has like, I guess not really a dodge roll system, but I don't know if there's any iframes to go with it.
Okay. Yeah, he'll one-shot you.
I've never. Okay.
So that's a
troll.
one-hit knockout.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just trolled you.
He did just troll me.
Did you see that butt?
Did
you see his butt when he was walking away?
Thick butt. Look at that thick butt. Oh, this must be the troll in the. That's the troll.
That's the troll. That's the guy you want to stay away from.
Oh my god. So apparently when you die, you lose all your items. Because I had an inventory, and you also lose some of your skills. This game, I think it's a Oblivion style where you gain points in skills by using the skill.
Right.
Which is
way too much to keep track of. But
I guess it's not.
Some people like it.
It's not a very common system.
Not anymore.
It was up there, yeah.
It seemed cool at the time, but to me, it's over designed at that point.
Yeah, it's entirely too easy to cheese that kind of system by.
Yeah, if you want to jump higher, you could just keep on jumping.
Yeah,
and then you have to put in, and then if you really don't want them to just stand in one place and put a rubber band on their space bar so that they can just jump over and over again or something, or a turbo button in their space bar, then you have to put in another system that says that they have to actually move around or that they have to do something between those actions, and it gets
so hairy.
It gets too complicated, and you're just policing your players with your code there, and it can get a little complicated. But some people might like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. That
I mean-
really micromanaged skill sets in games.
I really do like the amount of bars that are going up. As a fan of idle games, that's kind of my thing. But it's entirely too easy to abuse those systems. If you have to play in a way that's like the most efficient way to play is to sort of break the game.
And it's also boring.
Yeah, that's
It's
what. Yeah,
boring
exactly.
to just force yourself to run laps and jump or whatever the skill you're trying to
Yeah, that's exactly
to
it.
buff up. Chopping trees, if that's a skill, I don't know. Whatever the skill that you're trying to do, you're just going to wind up doing it for 3 hours if you want to max out the level.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I haven't played a ton of it. I hear that people will spend 80 hours on this game, but I haven't played that much of it. Only a couple hours, just enough to get to the first boss. But
I am kind of getting a little nostalgia for PlayStation now.
Really?
Just from looking at the graphics.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I always considered that the PlayStation era, the PlayStation N64, Sega Saturn, if you want to include that whole era, I consider that to be kind of an ugly phase
yeah,
as far as game graphics go.
I mean, I'm sure it's ugly. This is doing it with rose-tinted glasses. PlayStation games did not look anywhere near as good as this, obviously, but
Yeah,
it
at
makes
least
you think they did.
technically, yeah.
Which
But
I never had nostalgia for that style. Like I think of Tomb Raider whenever I think of PlayStation 1 era graphics. The
Yeah.
muddiest game I've ever seen.
19, and this is also 1920 by 1080, right? So we're obviously at about.
No, I think this is 1440. I think we're still on 1440. I think.
Oh yeah, we're higher than
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So we're in a HD resolution, whereas PlayStation games were in 480 or something.
Yeah, if that, right?
Yeah, probably not even.
What are those old CRT televisions? Did they even
Well, they're
have it?
analog.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
nothing.
There's a lot of running in this game, by the way. But there are some dungeons. You go into the dungeons. You pick up some loot. You use the loot to craft better loot. You craft like a knife, a hatchet, a pickaxe. Oh, these are new. Am I picking
collecting
these?
them?
I don't know.
They got a little bar at the bottom. There's a little yellow bar
Where's that?
in the bottom middle. Not anymore. It's gone.
Oh.
It filled up.
Oh. Oh, hello.
Grayling. These guys aren't too bad.
Oh, that's my stamina bar.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's got some of the sold elements, right? It's got the stamina bar, which is pretty
Yeah.
commonplace now.
And also, you play as a naked man.
Yeah, that is also true. And you can, if you block and spacebar, you can dodge roll.
Yeah.
But again, not
Yeah,
very
what-
effective against trolls.
What game doesn't take influence from Souls likes?
Yeah. Anymore, none of them. None of them do not take influence. Okay, that double negative there.
Bloodborne?
Yeah, that's the one. Bloodborne does not take any influence at all.
Some of us have been playing Bloodborne recently.
Me? Yeah, some of us. I borrowed Joe's PS4. He was nice enough to lend me his PlayStation 4 so I could play Bloodborne for the first time in my life. And I'm digging it. It's really quite good.
I'm glad at least one of us is enjoying it.
Yeah, you didn't. You played like. I found your save file by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Hammer and Harry was your character's name.
Was it?
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would name my character.
Yeah.
That is, I wish I came up with the name Hammer and Harry, but that's actually an homage to a classic Super Nintendo hero from a Super Nintendo game of the same name, the titular character.
Hammer
and Harry.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you own that game or?
No, I just played it on the ROM. It's
Oh.
a Japan only game, and if you look it up, we should actually play that on the channel. Maybe we should just play that after this. I don't think we've never played Hammer and Harry on the channel, have we?
I don't think so. I don't have any memory of it.
I think we need to do Hammer and Harry actually.
Is it that good or bad or?
It's a little of both.
Okay. All right.
I would say mostly good. It's
good?
mostly good and mostly it's very fun. Gosh, Hammer and Harry. I haven't thought about that name in a long time since the last time I made a Bloodborne character. Yeah, I think I beat the Bloodstarved Beast,
That's
or I got to him.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was
That's-
around there.
super early. That
Yeah,
was the first-
yeah,
Yeah,
super
yeah.
early for most people, but for me it was 15 hours.
It still took me a lot of hours, but I think that was the first boss I beat, the first or second. Because I think Bloodstarved Beast is optional, and there's one other that you encounter right away. Okay, we're good.
I've never been good at those games. I don't have the patience.
Oh, look, that troll is still there actually. So if I die again, we're ending the episode. Because there's so much more to this game than what I'm showing. Wait, oh, there it is. Hello, items recovered. Good. Let's
Oh, so you can get your
GTFO.
items back. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, why don't we just reload if you really lose all
Oh,
those items?
yeah.
But I was wondering why you didn't reload. I was like, wow, he's being really hardcore.
I'm not that hardcore. Alright, so I don't really know what our goal is right now except to just continue exploring. We killed Eikthyr, the first boss, and our second goal is to kill the next boss, but he's somewhere in this general area, right? So our goal is to sort of base build and increase our gear.
Something really satisfying about uncovering a map.
Yeah. Yeah, you're darn right.
Whether it's this kind of map or a side-scrolling Metroidvania map, gosh, there's something about it. I love uncovering a Metroidvania map.
This is like a little town. Look at this. It's like plots of land and little houses that are pre-built. Like, I didn't make any of this. This is really cool. Ooh, all right, let's try to kill. What's really cool is you can do a little bit of. Hey.
You got to eat in this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's pure survival. Oh crap! He saw me. He saw me.
That's an excessive amount of blood.
Most things are dispatched really easily with. Because you can just sneak up on the boars. You know.
Did you get his beef?
I don't know. His beef?
I guess it would be pork,
Oh,
technically.
Yeah. He did see me. I also have to eat something. Oh yeah, leather. So, did I have food? Yeah, I do have some food. I still haven't figured out quite how the health bar and survival aspects of it really work. You can eat up to 3 different things at once. And I think all they do is increase your health regeneration or something. Oh, it unequipped all of my gear, too. Oh, by the way, this is early access, which, again, we're...
Oh, is this still early? It's still early access?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, which is kind of unusual. I hate doing early access games.
Yeah, we used to have a rule, in quotes, where we didn't play early access games, but there's just so many good games in early access.
Did you see that? I missed by
There's a lot of games that one of us will get into a game that's in early access, and we're like, well, we can't do it because we don't play games that are in early access, but we'll be in the middle of playing the game. We are at our peak of knowledge about the game before we forget about things about the game, and we want to show it on this channel. No, you can't play it because it's early access. So we just had to drop the rule. So we will play a game in early access, but we do prefer to play a game that's well developed, at least in early access.
Yeah, yeah.
And this seems to be.
So there's actually a way to set your spawn point, I believe, isn't there? I don't know what these buttons do exactly. This game, it could use a couple UI improvements, which I'm sure it will because it's in early access still. But surely you can set your spawn point to somewhere other than where you actually spawn. I think you just have to construct a bed.
You just throw a bed down on the forest floor.
Yeah. So like if we go back to one of these little huts, right? I'm sure if I just throw a bed in one of those, we'll set this as our new spawn point.
You can make like a race car bed or a little castle bed, like for a kid, you know?
Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. All right, let's see what we can make here. We can craft. How do we make our crafting table? That's the question. Oh yeah, you have to use the crafting mallet. Crafting table, here we go. Alright, problem solved. So we're going to slap this little crafting table down here. We're going to use the crafting table. Oh, actually, I don't think we needed to do that. I think I can just craft the bed. Well, yeah.
Does this game have like a tutorial to it?
Yeah, I think...
Or do they just throw you in and let you die a bunch of times, and that's your tutorial?
Well, okay, it's a lot of that. I mean, it explains to you the basics of the crafting system, But my understanding is it doesn't do so much out of the ordinary that it needs any sort of tutorial,
I see.
Yeah.
Because it's a survival game, so it sort of reminded me of Don't Starve. That's one of my experiences with a survival type of game. And it just throws you in. It doesn't tell you anything about the game.
Yeah.
You have to figure out. It doesn't even have a tutorial at all. You just have to figure out what the buttons do at first, and then you're picking up all these items, right? Then you figure out how the crafting system works, and then on day 10, if you make it to day 10, even usually you probably starve on your first play. That's what in games called Don't Starve.
Right.
Usually the first time you play, you break that rule. So usually the first time you'll starve. That's what happened to me, I think. And then the second time I played, you get to day 10, the wolves get you.
Yeah.
So there's a tip for you. For if you're playing any of the Don't Starve games, well, the first rule is don't starve.
Right. Of course, yeah. Like when you deconstruct things in this game, they just fall apart. They just explode into wood.
And the second rule of Don't Starve is make sure that you have a weapon, usually the spear, on day 10, so that you're ready for the wolves.
Ready for the wolves.
I saved you about 5 hours of trial and error just by telling you that, if you do play Don't Starve. So I might have saved one person who hasn't played Don't Starve yet and plans on doing it 5 hours by telling them they can make sure you have that spear on day 10.
I never got around to playing that. I mean, it was on my list for a while, but, you know. Oh, this one has a door. We're going to hang out here. So, I mean, if you've played Terraria or, you know, Minecraft, you'll feel right at home here, I think. And I would like to feel right at home by constructing my bed. Let's give that a shot, shall we? You don't feel rested anymore.
Well,
how dare you?
Well, you're in luck. We're making a bed.
We sure are. Can we make the bed? Sure can.
Let's just put a bed down in somebody else's rundown house.
Yeah, I want unclaimed bed. Bed needs a roof. Does it?
You put it down.
Yeah.
Wait, why would a bed need a roof? It's not raining.
Not yet.
Maybe if it's raining, okay,
Yeah, right.
I don't understand that. But
Bed don't need a roof right now.
can you move the bed?
Yeah, I guess I should just move it here, shouldn't I? Or you just build a roof. It takes 3 seconds, right?
Oh, okay, well, yeah, if you can build a roof, build a roof.
Thatch roof? I think that's what we want, right? I think the UI for the building is a little weird, a little wonky. Like, I want to place this, but...
It's a little like Fortnite, but wonkier.
I've never played Fortnite.
I've played it briefly.
Does that have crafting? No.
Yeah, you build stuff. Yeah.
You do? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun to watch, like, once. If you're not even interested in the game at all, it's kind of fun to watch a high-level Fortnite match because people are building a bunch of these structures and trying to kill each other while building structures to, like, stand on and get higher than the other guy sometimes. Huh. There's all kinds of I'm sure there's some depth to the gameplay. I don't really know exactly what's going on, but...
There's the fire.
I've played probably 3 matches of Fortnite. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 matches of Fortnite in my whole life, and it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk down on it if you're into it. A lot of people are, obviously.
You know what I like about this game is you can just walk in the fire,
But
for some reason. Okay, so we're kind of starving. So what we're also going to do is we're going to cook a little crafting station here, which is cool. You put it over the fire, and then
cook the beef.
Yeah, we've got a lizard tail or something like that. Adding wood to the fire. There's no room, so we just got to wait. This is like that that Monster Hunter World game where you just when you cook your food, you just got to wait. And you press the key at the right time. So you just sit here for 20 seconds until they sizzle, right?
Mm.
It is thrilling.
And done. Damn it.
Now, there you go.
But yeah, Battle Royale games, I find them to be kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, because a lot of it, you're just hunting around for ammo, and then you get sniped half the time, right? So
Yeah.
that's like half the time how the game goes. And then the other half, sometimes you get a kill or two, and then you get killed.
Yeah.
And then if you play the game enough, you get good at it, and you start actually killing the idiot beginners like me, like the guys that killed me, and then you get good enough to actually win eventually. But
I mean, my beef with those games is I like games where everybody can win, and those games, I think, it's not Apex, it's Warzone, right? There are 140 players per match, and only one of those players can win.
yeah,
That sucks.
I like that.
You like that?
I actually like that.
I don't like
yeah.
it when 139 people have to lose. That's
because
not nice.
because it's so great to win. I think the trade-off is worth it. Like because you have to get good at the game, obviously, to win.
Mm-hmm.
You have to play a lot of matches. So I think your first win, the adrenaline rush and the feeling of accomplishment you would get from that, to me, that would dwarf just winning a bunch of matches where you have a 50-50 chance of winning, like a team game or a game where it's one-on-one.
I guess. That is too exposed. Did I build this like a...
I like that. Like I like a tournament structure also. Like a
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. There we go. That should do it. That should do it.
like I used to before COVID, play in Magic tournaments, just at a local level. And I like that only one guy can be the winner. Only one guy gets first place.
No, I don't like that. I don't like competitive. I'm just not a competitive person. It's very uncomfortable with me. Resting. So it's daytime. I mean, so far you probably have not seen anything that you haven't seen done in another game, right? Oh, I accidentally let one of these cook. If you let them cook too long, you get coal.
It turned into coal.
Yeah, which you can use for your smelter or, whatever, your kiln, so to speak. I would like to go find that troll again. So we're doing things that I actually don't know anything about. I don't know about trolls in this game. Where did we see
He
him?
one-shotted you. How are you going to kill him? With bow and arrow?
Yeah, actually, we could try it. I don't have a lot of stamina.
You're just going to piss him off.
Yeah.
He's going to throw rocks at you.
Well, okay.
What is with trolls throwing rocks? They always seem to throw rocks in games.
What a trope, right?
Heroes of Might and Magic. I think it's the first time I saw a rock-throwing troll. They also regenerate. But that's part of the mythical lore of trolls, is that they regenerate.
I like these stones because they give you clues about the enemies. Who's coming? Nobody. So this is talking about the giants. We just happened to come across one.
The Colossus.
You know,
The Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah, I wish I could play. Well, I can. Here's Might and Magic 3. I haven't played it in a long time. That was. Hello. That was a fantastic title.
I played Heroes of Might and Magic 2 maybe 2-3 years ago.
No
There's
way.
a website where you can play DOS games on it.
Oh yeah.
And I was
There
just
it is.
playing. Yeah, it was in browser. Heroes of Might and Magic 2.
Oh look, he's so big and fast.
Yeah, he's like almost as fast as you.
He is, and I'm gonna run out of stamina. And he will not. Uh oh. Well, let's try it.
He throwing. It's still fun. Heroes of Might and Magic 2.
Yeah.
I didn't play that much of 3. I played the most of 2, and I played a decent amount of 1.
Yeah, 1 I didn't play that much of.
Yeah, it's
I don't think it was that good though.
it's nice because it's simple.
Yeah.
So for for either for a kid or a beginner to that type of game or a beginner to the series, 1 isn't a terrible idea to start with.
Look at that.
There's no upgrading, and there's a lot less units. There's less stats to keep track of.
Right.
It's the bare bones of the Heroes of Might and Magic style.
He didn't die.
Yeah, and the second one's not too bad either, but they added upgraded units. There's a lot more types of units. There's more classes. It's just overall more complicated, but it's still manageable. But 3 kind of started going a little overboard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like for a beginner to start with.
3 is pretty spicy, but it's also I would say like the ultimate version of that idea of a game. It's so fully realized. I thought Heroes of Might and Magic 2 was fantastic, and then I played the third one, that kind of blew me away. You know.
Yeah.
Look
I'll
at his dumb head.
I'll cede to your opinion on that one because I barely played 3.
Yeah. I think it did everything that 2 did better, you know? Like, that's when you know that you've hit the pinnacle of your game series.
We are out of stamina.
We're just taking a little stroll.
If he smacks you, you're done.
I don't think he'll smack me, though. We seem to be outrunning each other. Oh, crap.
Yep.
At roughly the same pace, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to be leashing. Like, I can't unaggro this boy. He must drop something really good.
I hope so.
He's coming. He's coming.
There it is.
Yeah.
That was the one-hit kill. I'm excited to play Hearthstone again on the channel.
Yeah, right? You see, recently they announced like a new classic mode. They're just rehashing. BlizzCon this year was rough, man.
Was it?
Diablo 2.
I wasn't paying any attention. Diablo 2 remake, right?
Right. Well, remaster. I think they are remaking the graphics and the cinematics, which is cool. But, you know, by and large, it's just a remaster, just a re-release of the same game.
Oh.
Which is fine. But also they announced Hearthstone Classic. That game's only 5 years old. Or, you know, or like 7 years old or something like that. They're already re-releasing the classic set.
What is Hearthstone? Wait, what's Hearthstone Classic? Like it's another game?
No, I think it's just a different mode in the same game.
Just a different play mode?
Yeah.
Where you can just play with only all the old cards?
Yeah, I guess the first set.
So Chillwind Yeti is good again?
Yep.
Well, that's kind of nostalgic because that's when I started. I started in the beta.
Yeah.
So where every deck had 2 Chillwind Yetis.
Right.
I have some nostalgia for Hearthstone, but I just don't take the time to play it.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, yeah, this is not good. You're getting kind of fenced in here.
Oh, he's strolling. Look at that stroll.
Yeah, the walk cycle is kind of funny.
Yeah. He's almost dead.
Just shoot him one more time.
Oh, yeah.
You got him. What kind of items do you get? He dropped a bunch of blue shit from what it looked like.
I also aggroed everything.
Might have been
else
his
in
main.
the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
He aggroed the forest. That's
Yeah.
what we used to call it when we played MMOs together.
Get slashed. I don't have any stamina.
Whether we were in the mountains, a haunted house, or the forest.
Yeah.
Whenever you aggro too many guys, we call it, I aggroed the forest.
You know, I got the hankering to play Final Fantasy XIV again recently.
I always want to play Final Fantasy XIV.
Troll. Okay, we got some good stuff.
Yeah,
here.
that's what he exploded into, troll hides. Well, that makes sense. He exploded into his own skin.
Don't you?
Yeah. Each and every time I'm killed, I explode into many units of my own skin.
So let's see, stuff that we want. Troll hide, alright. Oh, I have 2 mallets. I really don't need 2 of these, right? Let's trash that one. Troll trophy. Lots of coins. As we all know, trolls love coins.
If I had infinite time, man, I'd just be playing every game.
Right?
I'd still play Hearthstone.
Yeah. Okay, so we just dropped mostly coins.
I haven't even played Magic the Gathering. I wanted to try Kaldheim out on Arena, but I just never got around to it. I kind of lost some interest in it because I like playing in person. I like going to local tournaments, but we can't do that anymore because of COVID.
Yeah.
And all the lockdowns and everything, right? So I was playing like just online on the Arena just to practice so that I could win some tournaments. And I'm just not able to. Yeah, I'm not able to play. And eventually, I just felt like I was wasting my time playing too much. Like I played a lot of Ikoria. That was the last set I played a lot of, and that was back like last year. Oh no, actually, it was one after that. It was M21. Yeah, I played a lot of that one too. So yeah, Ikoria and M21, and then Zendikar Rising came out, and I did the.
What?
I didn't even finish. I did one draft, and I didn't even finish the draft. I think I still have it open on my.
Oh.
Open there, so I don't know if I'm even going to be able to complete that draft. It probably timed out by now. And now there's a new set, Kaldheim, which actually looks more interesting.
No.
Than Zendikar Rising. Zendikar Rising I don't know. I barely played it, but it just didn't really grab me. I really loved the original Zendikar from 2009, but yeah, the new one, I don't know, for some reason just didn't really grab me. But Kaldheim looked really cool. The mechanics looked cool, and the artwork looked awesome. The theme of it and everything, yeah. It looked like the most interesting set to me since maybe Throne of Eldraine. Anyway, that's Magic the Gathering talk. Yeah. We got to have, well, at least we have that segment, every 3 or 4 episodes on GS.
So we have to improve our crafting station, which I don't even remember how to do. I think I did earlier. Oh yeah, here's how you do it. You craft these extra parts. But I can't do it because I need more resources, and my resources are now scattered across 3 different bases because I've died in many. Well, I just died before, and I started off here, so I built a base around here, and I built a base around here, and I had another one somewhere with a bunch of treasure chests. All my stuff is scattered. So this is a game that you just sink a lot of time into as you run back. It's it's kind of like Minecraft. You sink a lot of time into it. You build your fortress or your palace or your castle. You organize it the way you want to organize it. And that's the draw. You might say I haven't gotten far enough yet in the game. You're probably right. I'm still figuring a lot of things out. You might be screaming at your monitor right now. Ed, what in the world are you doing? You're playing like a fool. You're probably right. I don't play a lot of survival games, so this is a nice change of pace. But like, if you really want to get into it, you can just imagine all the things. Like, it's very specific. You can build a true Viking. What do they call those? Viking, not a palace, not a temple.
Hovel.
Huh?
Hovel.
Hovel? Yeah, you can build a true hovel if you really wanted to. Enough for all you and your Viking friends to drink mead.
I don't think hovel's the right word. Hovel is a meager existence.
How did he see me?
He shot an arrow right over his head.
No, but he saw me. He saw me before.
He saw you before that. Yeah, you're right.
Part of the early game was having to kill deer to collect their hides.
Yeah, that's the opening scene from God of War for PlayStation 4.
Oh, really?
That's a good game, man. That's another Norse mythology inspired game.
Oh, there's some guys. But what killed me about it was the deer was exactly as fast as me. Not like a little bit faster, a little bit slower. He was exactly as fast as me.
So yeah, you're just chasing him infinitely at that point, right?
I chased a couple of deer about at least 2 minutes on occasion, 2 minutes at a time. I would just follow them. I'd run out of stamina, recharge my stamina, sprint after them for another, 30 seconds. 10 seconds, maybe not even. It's one of those skills you gotta level up, I don't really know what I lost either when I died, but I also don't know what these extra bars are for. Some of these have orange bars. But yeah, the more you use the skill, the more you level it up. We're level 21 with running, what does that mean, right?
You're high level with unarmed.
Oh yeah, it's because I really like to punch trees, yeah.
Oh yeah, you could just go around punching trees. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping
you don't even have to find a guy to punch. You just punch trees.
In fact, I bet you could just grind it, right? Like,
are there any other guys in this game? Or is it
No,
just,
I think
it's just
you.
animals and creatures such as trolls?
Yeah, I think it's you and the environment, right? So let's see, what's our unarmed? 23 and like that much?
I mean, that would make another guy in this game, especially if he was evil, really frightening. Because everything in the game is dumb. You're obviously far more intelligent than the boars and the trolls. Right? Just by lore master logic. But if you find another guy, if you run into another guy 30 hours into the game, there's just a guy wandering around, that would be really terrifying.
Oh, we leveled up in unarmed by a lot. Yeah, that's kind of what makes the NPCs in Souls games and Bloodborne really scary.
Yeah, there's not that many of them. There's mostly zombies and undead and just dumb things.
But they look like the player. You know, they are like a player that's created by the developers.
Yeah.
They're really strong, and they dodge like you would dodge, and they attack you with the same movesets you might use. They are the hardest enemy. Yes, I mean, as far as I know. I mean, it's a multiplayer game. I think the idea is to get you to play... Hello? Oh, it just did like an autosave or something and froze the whole computer. But yeah, I can't say really anything bad about the game. I just haven't put enough time into it. You know, so far it's been really enjoyable. It is slow, but that's kind of what you sign up for when you play a survival game. A game where you're crafting your base, you know? Because it takes a long time to do those things.
How many hours did you say you put into it so far? I guess you didn't say.
I wonder if there's a way to check. Probably not. I put like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours total. Which I know is that. Yeah.
Yeah, not too much, but enough, I guess, to get the idea.
Yeah, I mean, for this game, I'm sure that's nothing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and Don't Starve, you're probably on day 20 after 5 hours or so. Somewhere around there. You might have had your second wolf attack.
You can just kind of imagine wood wall.
Eventually, the wolf attacks just become an opportunity to farm for red gems and wolf teeth. You wind up with too many wolf teeth in that game.
Oh, really?
Because there's so many fucking wolves. You don't need that many of their teeth. You use the teeth to make traps. Here's another tip for you. This is for later wolf attacks. You take the wolf teeth, and then you use the wolf teeth plus, I think, some twigs or something, and then you make the traps, right? The little bear traps. And then you make a section on the map. You find a spot on the map. You make a big circle of those traps. You put a fire in the middle because it'll be night, or it's usually night when the wolves attack, as far as I remember. And then you just get the wolves to run in at you in the middle of that circle of traps, and they'll just get trapped.
Right.
That's the idea.
Yep.
So that's another tip for you. Collect those fangs and make those traps.
I played some Terraria last month. I was quite addicted to it for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That game has some really intricate, well, it has a ton of items, right? It's got really intricate crafting. And one of the things that people recommend is at nighttime, you know, of course, the enemies come at night. So what they recommend is you set up like an automated set of machinery to kill everything that comes within your base, sort of. Because you can set logic gates in that game. There are like and or logic gates. So you set up these machines that, you know, flip on and off at intervals. And you basically code a defense structure for your base, which is really interesting, but it's so over the top. But it's the same thing, you know. You kind of like set up traps, and enemies are dumb. They just walk in all the traps. Oh.
Those are skeletons.
Yeah,
those are almost guys.
Yeah,
they're just guys without skin and
they
bones
used
and
to be.
muscles. Well, no, they have bones. They're just the bones.
Yeah.
They're guys without skin and muscles and brains.
I
Might have the brain in there.
I want everyone to know that a skeleton, by all logic, should not be able to move. Skeletons don't have any tendons or muscles. And that's how you move. So when a skeleton moves, I get a little triggered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the skeleton is the place where the muscles and tendons attach to.
Right, you're pulling on your skeleton when you move your muscles. That's how you move. Oh my god!
Oh, that's a lot of
yeah.
That's a lot of bones up there.
There are also spawners. There might be a spawner up there.
Oh.
Oh, maybe not.
Like Gauntlet?
Yo, how did that hit me? Yeah, exactly like Gauntlet. Yeah. And the combat's really deliberate too. You know, like it's very slow paced, and you know, of course, you run out of stamina and stuff. I wish I could see what I was doing.
Are you even hitting them?
Oh, I think I broke the. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
There we go.
Get destroyed.
Are there weaknesses in this game? Can you use a blunt instrument on skeletons to do extra damage,
Probably.
or fire?
I think think so.
I feel like they'd be weak to fire and blunt
Yeah.
damage, and strong against piercing and slashing.
Oh, no. Oh, it's an archer. All right, we're gonna arch him right back. Okay.
Get a skull shot.
Oh, I'm hitting the floor.
Oh, it doesn't look like you're hitting the floor.
No, it sure doesn't. I wonder how I get up there. Is he just gonna leave? I guess not.
I think he's skedaddling.
Is he? Skeleton trophy. What I'd really like to do is put those stairs back, but I don't have a crafting bench here that's required to do that.
The stairs. Oh yeah, but you need the crafting bench.
Yeah. So I guess if you disassemble stairs, you can't recraft them unless. All right. Well, here we'll fix that. Put our crafting
Just
bench.
make a crafting bench.
Yeah. In fact, yeah. If we clear this place out without dying, this is a cool base. This is a cool base of operations, if you will. It needs a roof. What are you talking about? Oh. Hello. It does have a roof though.
It looks like a roof. I guess it's not enough of a roof. I guess you got to thatch it.
Let's give the old thatch, the old Margaret Thatcher. Is that
There
good?
you go.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay.
Give it the old Margaret Thatcher. Do we see steps anywhere? Yeah, here we go. Wood ladder. Wood ladder. 10 out of 10 wood ladder again. Here we go. Ready?
Now we have a ladder. Now we can get up there.
It's fighting time. I'm stuck. Yes, get.
Oh, you're almost dead.
slashed. Oh, I am.
You got to eat some more meat.
This is cool though. Check this out.
This is a great base. You've chosen a really, really great place to hide out.
And I didn't have to spend any time building it. Speaking of bases, my cat is over there. I put a cardboard box on the floor, and I put a towel in the box. He loves it. Actually, there's probably a stink bug over there. You don't know this about me, but this apartment gets a lot of stink bugs. I don't know why. I don't know where they come in. Thrilling, right? Isn't it just thrilling commentary on...
It is. The new studio is just full of bugs.
Yeah.
I moved away from a place that was full of bugs, and
Right.
Ed moved into a place that was full of bugs.
It's very strange. I'm going to set up my base of operations here, actually, and I will.
We're right next to the woods here.
Yeah, it's hard to it's hard to avoid the bugs in this situation. Okay.
It's more of a mini woods, though.
Yeah, it's actually it's like the facade of woods because it's between an apartment complex and
a road.
highway. You
Yeah.
know, so it's not really. All right, I would like to. Oh, I'm going to die. What I want to do is.
Oh, there's fall damage, huh?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I mean, it's what you expect, right?
We're gonna build stairs all the way to the top.
I don't know if I can. Did I measure this correctly?
Did you? Well, this seems really unsafe. I don't think this is up to code, Ed.
Oh, I don't even have enough wood. I gotta go punch some more trees.
Some more trees. Yep.
Uh-oh. Yeah, what's really annoying is these guys just, come at random intervals. They aggro and then... What is that? Oh, it's the same guy. They aggro and then you just gotta stop what you're doing. You gotta stop punching trees so you can punch a man.
Yeah.
There we
Once in
go.
a while, you gotta punch a guy.
I think this would be a really, really good multiplayer game if you got a server and you got a bunch of people on the server.
Yeah. Don't Starve Together is pretty fun. Together.
Yeah, I
that's
think-
mostly what I played. Me and my wife played
Yeah.
Don't Starve Together. I barely played Don't Starve by myself. I did a little bit though.
I think that's the problem and also the best part about survival games is they're really only good when you're playing with a bunch of, like, a team, A group of people, like Terraria was fine single player, but everybody I've talked to is like, oh my god, you have to play multiplayer.
Have you played multiplayer? Did you get
No,
on,
I haven't
online?
played it. Not yet.
Can you just get into a random...
No, I think you have to, play with specific
Okay,
people
yeah,
that
you
you
gotta-
know, yeah.
You gotta have some friends.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of cuts us out of the equation then.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I met a guy in Twitch chat. We've been talking a little bit. There's stuff in here. Well, I shouldn't say met because we've talked for many years because we're in the same Twitch channels. And we started playing
What channel?
the Happy Hob.
I knew that, but I was
yeah.
just letting them know.
Yeah, the Happy Hob, who he made another bet to win X amount of Warzone matches before he has to get a second tattoo.
Is that what he plays now? Warzone?
He does a little bit, yeah. He loves Warzone, so he can't stop playing it, right?
Oh, I see.
Look at, there's chests in all these. Oh my god, I'm rich. Look, is that a bed? What is that? That's a nothing. See, this may not be the proper way to do it, but what I do is I like to build a new crafting bench everywhere I go.
It's got to be really cheap with the resources. Remember, you need a roof though.
I do need a roof. It's getting dark. I love the skybox here in this game. This is Yggdrasil, the tree of life, right?
Pretty neat. I mean, it actually looks pretty good even with these graphics. From here, you can't really tell.
Yeah, I mean,
it's actually really crap graphics.
Yeah. I love just giving the impression of PlayStation 1 without actually having to force you to remember what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, you really go back and look at a PlayStation 1 game. Except for the ones that have pre-rendered backgrounds. Like Final Fantasy VII.
Fear Effect looked great for the time.
Well, Fear Effect looked great for the time.
Well, Final Fantasy VII does not look good anymore.
Not really. The characters don't look good. Even the pre-rendered backgrounds are a little not good.
Here's my thing against that. Final Fantasy VII never looked good. And you know why I know it never looked good?
Why?
Because you know what happens when you push the select button? It shows you all the entrances and exits and ladders in the room that you're in.
Yeah.
It's because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to figure out where to go.
Yeah.
So it never looked good. It never looked clear. It never read clearly.
It must just be rose-colored glasses in my brain.
You think?
Probably. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VII Remake even. In many years.
I just played the first hour of the remake.
Oh yeah. You got it on my PlayStation because it was the free game on the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. I'm digging it. I have to get a PS5 now, which is unfortunate. They also just announced not a remake, but a re-release of that game on the PS5 with a Yuffie mission.
What should I get? PS5 or a Nintendo Switch Pro? Leave it in the comments.
I'll give you my opinion. You're gonna have to get both because you need to play The World Ends With You too. You have to. I mean, we've been through this already. That's my favorite RPG of all time, I think. That or Mario RPG. Dude, he went home. He went into his house.
Yeah, you can't beat Mario RPG. You can't beat Mario RPG. We have to have the same favorite RPG, Ed.
I mean, okay, you're right. I've played through that more times.
You got to watch us play it on this channel.
Oh yeah, we did play through, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But The World Ends With You is possibly tied. Very nearly.
I've been when I post our videos, at the end of the videos I put little cards for you can put a video and a playlist at the end of the video as well as a subscribe button. That's what I've been doing. Oh. So those little pop-ups come up at the end of the video. You'll see it at the end of this video. And I'll probably choose to recommend the Super Mario RPG LP because that's just my default. I always put that as the playlist.
Oh, do you really?
Not always, but that's like the most frequent one when I don't really want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a lot of fun playing that. If you want to see Joe and Ed have fun playing a classic game that they both really fucking love, just watch us play Super Mario RPG. We did it. It was the last winter, I think. Really fun.
Deer trophy. What is this? Flint head arrow, wood arrow. Pierce 22, Pierce 27. We gotta dump something. Let's dump
the troll face.
Why are we just carrying around his face?
Yeah, I don't know.
His actual face.
It'd be funny if the artwork was like the troll face meme. They used that as the art.
Oh, we're dating ourselves with that, aren't we?
Are we? I guess they're not really using the troll face meme that much
Hello?
anymore, are they?
Did you see that? That deer ran up to me and I just bodied it.
What are the new memes? Soy jacks? Are those the new memes?
What's a soy jack?
It's that, the crappily drawn guys. Like the black and white crappily drawn guys. Sometimes they have glasses.
I guess.
The soy jacks are the ones, with the soy face,
I don't know what a soy face is, though.
Oh.
Although I feel like we've had this conversation.
I thought that was the main meme right now. I don't know. What are the main memes right now? Post your memes in the comments.
Memes come and go, man.
They come and go really, really fucking fast.
Yeah. It's hard to say what the memes are right now. It could be anything.
Post the latest meme. Post the one that you think is the newest, hottest meme and the funniest. Which one made you chuckle this week? Put it in the comments, and we'll let you know if it made us chuckle.
I'm walking now. What did I toggled something that's making me walk. Oh, no. I lied. Walking is the default state. I haven't played this game enough. You might be able to tell. It is missing a lot of things that I would consider to be standard QOL. Like you saw earlier, I had to manually combine 2 stacks to make 1 stack, and what I really want to do is deposit all or it has take all, but I want to be able to combine stacks. Well, it does that in that case, but you have to physically move them. I want to be able to tell.
It's a matching game.
Yeah, I want to be able to tell at a glance.
Man, programming stuff like this.
Oh yeah, it's not some people have the brain for it, and they blow me away, and I'm always impressed and humbled.
Always humbled, always grateful.
And always great. I feel like we haven't done anything yet. We've been recording for about an hour.
Yeah, I think this is just one of those games.
It is just one of those games, yeah. Actually, you know what is fun? Is I actually haven't got this to work yet, but I heard it's true. It's possible. If you cut down a tree, and you're standing on the wrong side of it... Let's see. Here it is. It didn't hit me. All right, we'll try it again. This thing has insane damage when it's rolling. Just rolling.
Yeah.
It can knock down your house. Look at that, our numbers got higher. Our bars went up. Come on.
Where's it falling? There you go, timber!
Oh,
you just knocked it.
Okay. All right.
You know, the only thing that would have made that better is if it nailed that deer in the head and it fell over.
Wow.
That's great. Somebody just walks by, wonder how that happened. Oh man, that was funny.
I couldn't do that again if I tried.
No,
that will never happen again.
It probably won't.
What if this does it again?
No way. It's gonna fall on you though.
Oh,
it just rolls over your shoulders like it weighs nothing. It's lighter than balsa wood. You ever heard of balsa wood?
Because look,
very strong for its weight.
It's damaging these trunks as it rolls down.
Yeah.
I have heard of balsa wood.
What's your favorite kind of wood?
I can't even name another kind of wood. Can you?
Oak, maple, cherry, mahogany, elm.
Why? Why do you know this? You're not a builder.
Well, I'm just naming. I mean, you basically just name trees.
Oh,
and
fir,
that's the kind of wood.
Pine wood.
Yeah, pine. That's one. Pine is a wood. Beech.
Evergreen.
There you go, beech. It says it right on there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, beech.
You son of a beech.
Peach? Peach tree?
I don't know if that's a kind of wood.
Well, surely
a peach tree wood doesn't exist.
Well, sure it does, though, right?
It's plastic.
Well, actually, this is an interesting problem. All the fruits go on trees. How come we don't have fruit tree wood? Or maybe we do, and they're just
cherry.
Cherry wood? Is
cherry. You can get cherry wood. Yeah.
Oh, is that named because it grows from cherry trees?
If you go to it is. You go to Home Depot. It's one of the options. You can buy it.
Look at this poor man's hovel. I can't even fit in here.
Yeah, this isn't for a guy. This is.
Uh-oh.
I think that's more of a house for. I mean, what kind of creature would reside in there?
A single chicken, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't think there's room for anything else.
And the chicken actually built the house. You got to meet that chicken. He's got a high IQ. He's a high IQ polio.
High Q. This is a really fun game, by the way. I don't know if I actually said that earlier. I want to emphasize it's actually incredibly fun. I'm still mesmerized by the fact that this game was a runaway success when it's in early access, and I don't know. I mean,
it seems like it scratches that Minecraft Terraria kind of itch.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect storm. You know, it's got elements that you like from those games.
Don't Starve. That's another one. Like those are all popular games.
Yeah, I mean,
and those
Terraria was huge for that reason, right? It's the same basic principle. It's really quite fun. I mean, that's the thing. Even I'm enjoying it. I don't play these kinds of games that often. I haven't done it justice, I'm sure. But if I wanted to do it justice, it would take me another, 4 hours.
I'm gonna crack another bottle.
Okay. Oh dear. I hope that comes through on the mic. So this has been.
Put it next to the mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This has been Valheim. We've been going for almost an hour. I think.
Yeah, I think we get the idea. I was gonna ask you if you wanted to stop playing, but I didn't want to, force you through the end.
Is I do just want to keep playing, and that is the problem with most survival games. And I think that's why it's easy to rack up 80 hours in this game. As far as I know, the only content in the game is to slay. I think there are somewhere between 6 and 8 biomes right now, and I guess like 5 to 8 bosses. That's all you do.
Yeah, we haven't seen another biome at all.
No, actually, I haven't either. I've seen the ocean, which is, I mean, is it really? It's just whatever you would call this.
Yeah.
And we've seen like the plains and the forest, and that's it. So we haven't really gotten anywhere. But that's just kind of.
I think it takes some time, but I think you probably get the idea.
Yeah.
Seeing it, there's a lot of crafting and survival. You gotta.
Let's see.
You gotta don't starve.
You gotta don't starve. You gotta don't starve. Like for example, if I were just to keep running this direction, I don't really know what we'll come across, but maybe we can do it for a minute and just see what happens.
Those raspberries keep you alive for very long.
Oh, nothing does. You can't eat more raspberries. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. You have to eat 3 different things, and they all have a bar of their own, and they don't heal you directly. So you
have to eat 3 different things
at all times. Yeah.
That's a weird system.
And I said
with Don't Starve, you just eat whatever it is, and it heals you for X amount, and it restores your hunger meter for X amount.
Yeah.
And it's just each item has its stats, and some of them give you buffs, and some of them restore sanity, etc. There's 3. Well, the 3 main resources in that game are health, sanity, and hunger.
I actually do think it's quite neat. They really lean into the survival aspect, because you can see like the buff up there in the top right corner next to the minimap. It says rested. And I think that increases your your stamina regeneration by like a significant amount, like an amount that's so large. Yeah, health regen 50%, stamina regen doubled, right? So if you're trying to catch a deer and you're not rested, you're not going to be able to catch it. So it's a game that really makes you think about you have to go back to camp and you have to rest before you spend the next 10 minutes chasing deer, you know.
So it simulates reality better than most games that have better graphics than this.
Yeah. I'm just a man running through the forest holding a pickaxe like a madman. There were some skeletons here. I've actually been here before.
Madman Ed.
Not in this exact position.
Well, now you're in the snow biome. Is this a snow biome?
You are freezing. Oh, I'm losing health.
I think we're in the snow biome now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're probably not supposed to be here until you craft a coat.
Yeah, which I have not done.
You need to go to Columbia Coat House. Burlington Coat Factory, where they've got all the great coats.
Do they actually factor coats there?
I don't think they do anymore. I actually went to the Burlington near here. They just call it Burlington now.
Oh, really? They dropped the coat factory?
And it's just another discount outlet store, like a Ross or a TJ Maxx. You know, there's.
Oh, surely it's got to be better than a Ross, though. They don't sell like other brands, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of socks there. I made a big mistake buying a bunch of different brands of socks because they're different colors and different brands, and now my sock drawer is ruined. I used to just have all white socks, and I didn't consider that having a bunch of black socks and gray socks and different brand socks all mixed in with my white socks was gonna take up so much time out of my fucking day every day. So I need to fix that sock situation. Really interesting stuff.
That's a problem. I have this. Oh, somebody's coming. Who's coming? I have the same problem. Eventually, after it only takes like a year, and then all your socks, your socks drawer just becomes a disgusting mess. You gotta, bro.
I gotta start over. I think I'm just gonna throw everything out and start
That's
over.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to cut my losses.
You have to
throw away all my socks.
Yep.
And just buy one brand, one design, and fill my sock drawer with that.
You have to cull the non-believers.
So what brand do you guys like?
Okay, I'm digging. Well, you didn't ask me, but I'll tell you.
I did.
These Reebok black ankle length shoes, super comfy. I've been loving them. And also Gul'dan socks. They have really
Gul'dan
thick
socks. Yeah, I've got some of those.
Yeah, I think you gave these to me, in fact. But they got. Oh, hello. I like socks that have like a really, really thick what do you call it? The undersole? The underside? The bottom. Because my shoes are crap. Just like in the game, really. Yeah, now I kind of regret covering this because I'm not qualified at all to cover this game. And if you've watched this far,
I think we've given enough of an idea of how the game plays.
Yeah, I know there's so much more to it that I haven't shown because I just haven't been there.
You know, this has been Game Soup. It is so good to be back.
It is.
This is the first episode of Game Soup that we have recorded in 2.5 months. I would say it's been about 2.5 months at this point. So we appreciate you watching. Ed really appreciates you watching, especially Ed.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what do you mean especially?
And on top of that, check us out on, we have a Discord server. There's a link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I've been Nick. This is Nick. We've been Game Soup. We like you.